zoom, 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 zoom. Zoom, 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 zoom.
Hey producers, if you're recording a Zoom interview, remember the reason you're recording it is because there's a hope that it's either going to be used in a sizzle or to showcase the person you're talking to in a video. So you are the DP, you are the director of photography. So here are some tips to make the best possible recording. All right, number one is lighting. You need to see their face. So one good way is to have a window behind the computer so you get natural light on their face. If that's not available, ask them to pull out a lamp or two and put behind their computer so it shines on their face. You saw that light in the ceiling, don't have any big lights behind them, no windows in the background. Windows in the background create the silhouette, got to be able to see their face, all right? Let's talk about framing. Need to see their face. They should be close up, filling the frame like a portrait. The camera should be at eye level. If they need to raise their computer up, they can set it on a stack of books. Interviews will look best if the subject is looking right into the lens. So they need to stare right at the camera lens and not look down at you in the box or themselves in the box. Otherwise it looks like this and it's not engaging to the audience. So it's a tough one. Need them to get to look right into the camera. Might even ask them to put a piece of paper over their computer screen so they look into the lens and they talk to the lens and not to the picture of you. All right, let's talk about the background. The focus should be on the talent right here. So there shouldn't be anything distracting in the background. So you want to clear that out. It doesn't have to be a completely blank background, but not anything distracting. Actually, the best case scenario is if you have a lot of depth of field behind the person. So the background is not in focus. It really makes the subject pop. So here's an example of that depth of field where there's still background, but you're pulled away from it. It's way in the background, it's out of focus, and the focus is still right here on the subject. You can do it. I'm just looking out my window in the front of the house, and this stuff's in the back in the living room. A plain background isn't bad, but make sure you don't have them plastered up against it, otherwise it kind of looks like a police mugshot. A plain wall isn't bad if you're pulled away from it a little bit, but even better is if you had just a little bit of interest in the background, but not right in focus. So now what you've all been waiting for, the technical recording info. Get your Zoom call going with video and check your settings for the recording. Down in the lower left of your Zoom window, if the toolbar is hidden, it'll pop up when you mouse down over the bottom of the window. Click on the caret to the right of the video icon. It'll say Stop Video below it. After clicking on the caret, a menu will appear. You should have a camera checked, and then you can click on the video settings. On this page, click on Recording. There's a checkbox for choose a location to save the recording after the meeting ends. It will actually default to your Documents folder and will make a new folder called Zoom and place our recordings there in a new dated folder. It's super intuitive. Just go with that unless you want to really put it in a specific spot. It's very slick. But if you are a worrier, you're a producer, do a test, you'll be pleasantly surprised. It does go right into a new folder and it's super easy to find. Still on the screen, you want to check record a separate audio file for each participant. This will save you if your guest is talking and your dog starts barking in your house, or the neighbor starts running a leaf blower, you can get a clean version of your guest's audio. Also check Optimize for Third-Party Editor. This does something magic to make it work better for different editing systems. Okay, during the call, you'll want to pin the video of your guest. You do that by mousing over the guest's box, and there'll be 3 dots, and you click on that, and it'll give you a little option to pin that video. So you pin that, and that makes it pop up in the main viewer of your screen, and it also is what gets recorded. So when you talk, it won't switch to you. If you're in gallery view, or if you're in speaker view, the camera is not going to do what you want. You just want the person speaking, so pin the video. If for some reason the video of your guest doesn't look right, it looks like it's not in 16:9, you'll want them to make some adjustments to their video camera. You need to get them to go back to their video settings by clicking down next to their little camera and opening up that page, and on that page underneath their viewer they'll find a 16:9 widescreen. Want that clicked. Also enabled HD. They can actually touch up their image and see if that looks better for them as well. Okay, during the recording, I recommend you stop the recording every 5 minutes or so, just so you don't have one big giant file and something can go wrong with that one big giant file. When you're all done, just end the call. A message will pop up saying converting meeting recording, and then it will ask you to save. From there you can import to your editing system, or you can upload to a server, or you can save however you need it to be saved so that you can package it up, send it to an editor, put it on a thumb drive, do whatever you need to do, and there you go. That's how you make a great Zoom call recording. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
Zoom, 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 zoom.